Say you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project you live at the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage, smackdown. Hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage. Why?
Because they are the best tag team in the world today! Woo!
George.
Wrestling with Savage.
George, I think George just tried his resume for Tony Khan. I don't know for George, huh?
With Savage! But of course.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project you live at the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage, smackdown. Hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage. What?
I'm trying to give these two W's.
Okay.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Wrestling with Savage. I'm live right now. We're here with Jay. We're here with Anthony. What's going on, Jay? How you doing?
Doing great as always on Tuesday nights, baby. NXT live.
Did you really enjoy NXT tonight, Anthony?
2022, Orlando, Florida. Let's do it live.
And I want to know, did you enjoy NXT a little bit? And see if you can move your cell phone up a little bit more so we can get your whole head in the... There you go.
That's the most silliest question you have dared to ask me. How dare you, sir? Ask me on Tuesday night, did you enjoy it? You goddamn well know I.
Well, I'm not going to lie. The only thing that I enjoyed was that main event.
Main event was good. Main event was good, Jay. We can't lie about that. It was good.
Those two wrestlers are great.
Did you guys manage to catch Busted Open in the morning?
I did not, sir.
Yeah,
No.
Today they were going, I mean, they didn't really cover Raw too much, but when they did cover it, they pretty much shitted on it. Dave said Raw is getting terrible, basically, again. Bully didn't agree with him completely, and then they got into a lot about The Undertaker, his tour, his One Dead Man show, and also life on the road. And Bully shared a lot of crazy stories. Some crazy shit. So I don't know.
I don't know if I could pay a ticket to watch the one.
It's a lot of money too. I mean, you get a whole experience though.
I just don't know. I think after like the first half an hour, I think I would be bored. Like after the half an hour, I'll be kind of bored and be like, okay,
You don't think Undertaker's a good storyteller? Maybe. No, I mean, I went to a McFoley show and I was entertained for about an hour and a half. He did. I don't know how long the Undertaker one is. How about you, Ant? Would you go to a show like that?
To hear Taker's stories, I would love to.
Yeah, see, he would love to. All right, Jay. If it was Cora Jade, he would go.
Come on, you know he's gonna have some stories. You're gonna be like, okay.
Well, Busted Open was pretty good today. They covered a lot of different stuff as far as like life on the road as a wrestler. And I can attest to that because I knew a lot of wrestlers, and life on the road is super hard. You're away from your family almost, if, let's say you're WWE active, you're away from your family about 300 days a year. And your wrestler friends become your family, and your families become your friends. Because, I mean, you see your family less than you see everybody else. So, I mean, it's a crazy lifestyle to the point where some people, Jay, you got to realize they go home and, like, they can't even sit still. Because, like, their body and their mind are used to just being somewhere doing something every single day. The whole year, just, like, nonstop. They don't stop moving. All these wrestlers. It's crazy. It's a crazy life.
Sounds like us.
Yeah, well, why, you're on a plane every day? You're going out. You're going to Alabama.
That's every human being. That's right.
Nah, wrestler lifestyle is not like every human being, man.
We always do a routine.
Routine, yes, yeah, that I'll give you. But like the actual lifestyle of a wrestler, taking all those bumps and bruises, kicks to the head, punches, tombstone power drivers, leg drops, whatever the fuck. Go through a table, get hit with a ladder, get hit with a steel chair, and then 20 minutes later you got to be in a car driving to your next destination. It's tough. It's tougher than people will ever admit. That's for sure.
What you signed up for?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I just want people to respect. I just want people to respect more what professional wrestlers do. I mean, I talk to a lot of people all the time, and I mean, I could do a whole show about any subject any day of the week because that's just who I am. But real quick, just want to say, there's people out there who, they're that guy that says, wrestling's fake, right? Yeah, Dick, I know wrestling's fake, but do you know that you're a fucking moron? Do you know? No? It's a show, like any show you guys watch on TV, and tonight NXT was a pretty good show, solid entertainment all around the board. There was a couple of highs and a couple of lows, and we're going to start it off with Toxic Attraction. The show is going to open up with a recap of Isla Dawn playing a key role in the main event last week. Remember when she climbed the ladder and basically scared the shit out of Alba Fire? Well, we didn't see her in the ring today, though. Were you expecting, Jay, to actually see her physically in the building tonight?
Yes.
Were you disappointed
she just came off an impressive win off Alba Fire, so I did expect her to come back.
Okay. What, Isla Dawn got a win?
She beat Alba Fire, so I knew she was going to come out and talk some smack.
When did she beat Alba Fire? When did they have a match?
That was what was that pay-per-view? It was on, what was that last pay-per-view? I can't recall the name.
Talking about Isla Dawn, the witch?
It was the one on TV. I forgot the name of it.
Was it a UK pay-per-view?
That Mandy Rose beat Alba Fire.
Yeah, but she didn't.
Didn't deliver?
What? No, that's next year.
Not...
She never beat Alba Fire. She never beat Alba Fire. They never had a match. She's from NXT UK.
She's from the UK, but
they fought long ago.
She was on the last. Hold on, she was on the last episode, I think, of the UK in a 4-way.
All right. Well,
the women's title, but she lost. She lost to what was the one that came out? Davenport, Blair Davenport.
All right. I mean, honestly, I don't really remember them fighting, but I wasn't watching when they were fighting, but I've never seen her fight on NXT, the current product right now, like on Tuesday nights. No. But Toxic Attraction makes their entrance. Mandy Rose takes point on promo. She says that another one has bit the dust, but she's the only queen in NXT, and for the 400 plus days she's defended her NXT championship, and now they have to create a revolutionary match just to figure out a way to see who her next opponent is going to be. The Iron Survivor Challenge, and she's going to be watching NXT Deadline very closely because she can't wait to see who's willing to go to war to share a ring with her. Mandy says she will be watching. I believe her. She sounds serious. She sounds legitimate. I don't see this woman losing the championship. JC Jane said a couple of words. Gigi said a couple of words. And, of course, they were interrupted by Katana and the tag team women's champions. We didn't really see anything different here, did we? More of the same shit. I mean, they looked good doing it.
I saw something different.
What'd you see? Gigi looked a little confident on the mic, but they interrupted her.
I swear, I wish I was in that movie Aladdin and I just rubbed this lamp right here and I just said, please, let me just see more of JCJ, please, because she is a diamond in the rough. I've been telling you this for the last few weeks. Anthony's been hearing it for maybe the past 2 weeks. I've been saying this one got it all. And the promo that she cut, we're going to be the first time, 3-time NXT Tag Team Champion. And when the Tag Champion came out, they came out soft, they came out flat. Everything they say wasn't hitting with the crowd. It was all Toxic Attraction since the entrance, since they came, since they got on the mic. And even Gigi killed it, and she didn't even talk that much. She talked about 20 seconds. It was all JC Jane and Mandy Rose, if you look at it.
Well, JC Jane was able to get her full lines out. Yeah, they interrupted Gigi, and I wish Gigi would have went to go first because I've seen more on the mic from JC than Gigi.
Savage taking the ball and she's running with it. She is a diamond in the rough in the NXT women's roster that we have not seen because you and I have been starstruck by stars like Tiffany Stratton, Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez. We've been starstruck and we've just been missing this person. She's been right in front of our face every single week, and I think you and everybody else needs to start paying attention to JC Jane and what promo she has cut tonight.
I see. And how about you, Ant? You got anything to add to this Toxic Attraction opening up NXT? Did it get you started, right?
No, because it just, once the tag team champs came out, it fell flat to me.
I agree with you. I think they're terrible tag team champions as far as, like, presentation.
I mean, to me, I'm going to just... Mandy Rose made that segment.
She makes every segment, yes.
she not because she's got great mic skills.
No, so she's the total package.
Yeah. So the fact that you have those two women, JC and Gigi's gorgeous.
When I look at Mandy Rose, I think of Trish Stratus. Perfection. In the ring, on the mic.
Yeah. But main roster, she was booked like shit.
No, absolutely. Well, they tried, but, there was too many big-time players for her, and that's why they kicked her out. You got to understand that. They didn't want to just throw her to the wolves and just make her look like even more shit. They said, listen, go down to NXT. You're going to rule over there. You're going to learn how to be a champion. You're going to learn how to represent the women's division, and then you're going to come back here and you're going to make a splash.
Do you guys see her dropping the title and going up to SmackDown or Raw soon?
No, next year. After either after Mania or after SummerSlam, maybe perhaps. Yeah. After she beats the record.
I think they will all arrive together.
Yeah.
They're a faction. They're like the bloodline. They're like the bloodline, like the Brawling Brutes. Wherever one goes, they all Imperium. You know what? They're all going to come. The schism, which we're going to get into later. I got a hot topic there. We're going to get into that later tonight. But right now, let's get into this little segment between Wes Lee and Tony D. Basically, Tony just letting Wesley know, I'm the Don of NXT. And eventually, I'm going to take that title from you. Obviously, I can see Tony D taking the title off Wesley. But not now. Maybe at, Rumble.
I don't like it. I don't like him going for the mid title. He should go for the main title.
Yeah, well, they have other plans, and we'll get into that later tonight as well. You get a promo from Cora Jade. Jay, I'll just go right there to you first. Why don't you? I know you love that. Your favorite. What did she say? What did it mean?
She didn't even say a goddamn thing because you couldn't even hear it because of all the boos she was getting while she was just walking out.
It's true.
Facial expressions was on fire. Let's not forget. She has probably one of the best in the NXT women's roster. She comes out, welcome to the generation of Jade. Forget about it. Everything hit. I hate the part where the commercial came. God damn it. Next thing you know, I'm seeing a clown in a onesie coming out, trying to have a wrestling match. And I can't believe that this woman was actually doing some decent moves like that. I don't even know what to say. Don't even get me started with that sleeping dive bullshit. I mean, I'll let you take it. I'll let you tell me how you like it.
Well, we didn't get that match yet. We had another. We didn't get that match. Instead of that match, we got this.
Years, everyone knows this isn't you. See, that's where you're wrong. This is me. Maybe on the outside it doesn't look like it, but on the inside, I'm a committed and dedicated student to Chase University. Now, if I'm being honest with you, Grayson, anyone who talks bad on Chase U is an enemy of mine.
I know the real you, and your true color's gonna show out eventually.
So this was like a returning theme tonight where all the wrestlers were calling out Duke Hudson. Grayson Waller called him out. Pretty Deadly called him out, which we're going to get into later tonight. I was upset we didn't get more of Grayson Waller tonight. I feel like he needs to be a staple in weekly NXT TV. He needs to be in a match every single week so this kid can take full advantage of the opportunity in front of him and become the best wrestler that he can. Only way you can do that is by wrestling live. Just gonna say that.
I got a comment.
Go. What you got? What you got?
To me, Grayson Waller is the Seth Rollins of NXT. I'm going to say that right now because when he's not in the match, the show drags.
I agree. I agree with you 100%. That's a great statement. Jay, do you agree with that statement?
It may be true, but I'm going to say I think Grayson Waller's time in NXT is done.
Okay.
He's been over like 4 years. Let's not forget he was Drake Maverick's assistant. If you guys really recall Grayson Waller's introduction, this guy has done it all from 205 Live to NXT to what it is now. I think it's time for a main roster call, to be honest.
Okay. I mean, I can see him going there, but it's going to take, I think, a little more time, a little more grooming.
Why? He's a perfect. He's the guy that he could do it all. You know what he is? He's just an all-around worker. That's what I see.
Well, why not let him have an NXT title run? I would let him have a title run. I would let him have a title run. I mean, you just want to, like Tony Khan, you just want to fucking blow your load in one night. But no. Let this shit slow build, slow groom. Ask any real wrestler. They will tell you it takes about 6 or 7 years before you truly, truly get it. So you said he's been there for 4. He needs at least 2 more.
You gotta treat him like Aaliyah. What, 8, 9 years?
Jay, you're breaking up. Jay, you're breaking up like fucking crazy, man. Like it's insane how you're breaking up. I can't hear anything you're saying.
You hear me now?
No, not at all. It's like sloppiness on the next level. Now it's okay. And now it's not again. Anthony, am I by myself here or is he lagging for you too?
No, I'm here.
I'm asking you, is his voice lagging for you too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No, we're having technical difficulties here. I don't know. Jay, you okay? Mic check. 1 2. Want to talk? Maybe. What? I guess Jay is going giving me the silent stream, but we're gonna move on with the show and we'll see if Jay can improve his quality of audio.
I can't believe it. I can't even believe it messed up.
Yeah, you're on the laptop probably, right? Is that why? Yeah. Well, your Wi-Fi connection is not good for this show. It's just not. I wish it was. But maybe I can ask Aladdin to let me use his genie for a night or two, and I'll give him a wish to make Jay have the greatest internet connection in the world, and we won't have to deal with this nonsense. Give him the best Wi-Fi on Earth. Give him that FTR tag team Wi-Fi.
Wait, hold on. Now that it works.
Okay.
You're going to treat Grayson Waller like Aaliyah? You bastards. That's what you're going to do? You're going to put him there for 8, 9 fucking years?
I said 6. I said 6. 2 more. So what? What's the big deal with Grayson Waller going off and having an NXT title run that's memorable? He can be the one. Well, let me tell you, Jay, I'm like a psychic, and I have a vision coming in like Apollo Crews, and here's what's going to happen. Apollo Crews is going to beat Braun Breaker for that NXT title. And then Grayson Waller is going to beat Apollo Crews for that NXT title.
How long do you think the run's going to be?
That I don't know. I have to see the run. I have to actually witness what they're doing to be able to tell you what I would determine whether the work is good or bad. You know, it would depend. If the work is good, the stories are good. Depending. Average NXT run can be 6 months, 3 months. Sometimes I've seen 3-month runs sometimes with some dudes. But that was more like long ago. I think as of the last 5 years, they probably do like minimum 6-month runs, I think, on most guys. Give them a chance. Shinsuke didn't get like no 1-year run. Bobby Roode didn't get no 1-year run.
I have no comment.
Yeah, I understand.
Bruce Pritchard.
Well, let's get into that match though real quick, and then Ant, you can tell me what you thought about the match. Obviously, Jade probably hated this match because it's Wendy Choo. Cora Jade taking on Wendy Choo. Choo was coming out hot out the gates, taking her hand into the corner. She was beating the shit out of her, whipping her across the ring, swinging her around, taking her down. We saw a hammerlock. Jade breaks this up with a back elbow, then throws her over with a shoulder block. Drop down, hip toss, a little back and forth. Wendy got off a schoolboy, followed it with a drop kick, big boot in the corner, and then she goes for the goodnight elbow drop. Misses completely. Choo then pulls Cora out of the ring. We get a big forearm, overhead arm drag, and we go to break. Back from, the referee was warning Wendy about some kind of nonsense, and I think it was like a kendo stick, maybe. I don't know. Jade basically takes advantage. She takes Wendy Choo's drink, throws it into her eyes. Cora Jade gets the win by pinfall with that half-pinch DDT. And at the end of the match, you see Wendy Choo's fake eyelash on her face, like hanging off. And it wasn't a good look for Wendy. She was crying, very upset. Did you feel bad for Wendy Choo, Anthony?
Yeah, I kind of. What I feel bad about is her gimmick.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of it. It kind of looks hokey and kind of like I don't think that this is like a gimmick that she should have.
Okay, listen. I agree with you. I've seen her actually have a serious wrestling match in a couple of videos online, but you know, I don't know. Is this her gimmick? Maybe this is her gimmick. Would you still feel bad for her if she told you straight to your face, "Hey, I made this up. That's my gimmick. I love it."
Hey, if she was, I mean, I'm gonna just be real about it. My opinion is would still be the same.
Okay.
I like her. Like if I want, I'm probably gonna. I want to go back and see some of her old matches because if she's a very good serious wrestler, I want to see a serious gimmick with that. Because if you have a hokey gimmick, but then you're a serious wrestler.
Well, yeah, it's hard to take her serious on the current NXT of this year, especially with her. She actually had big money matches with Tiffany Stratton, you know. They promoted these matches on the USA Network throughout the week on all the shows. They even promoted it on SmackDown, for Christ's sakes. So they gave Wendy Choo a lot of fucking opportunities to shine. Now, it's hard for me to even gauge NXT Superstar success because they don't even have a real fucking store designated for NXT fans. It's rare and in between that you get shirts, merch. So there's like, you can't really judge anything unless you can see the fans out there who's wearing the merch. And I definitely ain't seeing anybody wearing no Wendy Choo fucking gear. Not a one. But Apollo Crews is going to have a promo and we're going to let you guys hear it live.
Won the United States Championship, walked out of WrestleMania the Intercontinental Champion, but this match against Braun Breaker is the one that I wake up in the middle of the night thinking about. 6 months ago, I said I'm back to rewrite history, to change history, and make history. The weight of being champion is taking its toll on Braun. I can see it on his face. I can see it in his eyes.
His eyes.
But when you look into my eyes, the vision, the ending is clear.
I mean, I don't want to say that I told you so, but when it comes to that, I'm going to end up saying I told you so. It's just like, it's good. That was actually a good promo, and he is the right guy to take down Braun Breaker. If anybody in that roster deserves it from the amount of work that they've already put in and athletic ability, his ability to put on matches that take match of the week. Match of the week. They took match of the week away from Raw, away from AEW, away from SmackDown, away from Impact, away from NWA, New Japan, and the other 100 fucking wrestling shows that are on YouTube for fucking free throughout the fucking world. None of them did what JD McDonough and Apollo Crews did. And he's going to go on to have banger after banger after banger, with the first one coming up being where he defeats Braun Breaker. It's going to happen. He's not losing Apollo Crews to Braun Breaker. I don't think so. I think he's going to beat Braun Breaker. Anthony, what do you think about my statement? And Apollo Cruz's promo.
I'm gonna. He has gotten so much better with his work. I'm loving his work in NXT. Absolutely loving his work in NXT. I'm glad that he's not on Raw chasing a 24/7 title that should be fucking burned to the ground. I love the segment. The match I cannot wait to see, because this one is going to be a fucking great match to watch. Will he take it? I would love to see that. I would love to see it. And I hope he does take it.
I think he is going to take it, so I don't think you have to really worry about that. Jay, how about you? You got a take on that promo? Are you impressed with his current run of matches and work as far as vignettes go? I'm not even going to I shouldn't even call them promos. This was a vignette. This is a recorded, well-produced vignette.
I just want to make sure if everybody's done talking their smack about this crap here. If everybody done here, you all done here. You guys must be loving that movie Coming to America 2 and everything with all that love. Because this is pure crap, just like that goddamn movie. For God's sakes, we seen him walking into a diner, the same diner that he was writing in the book that we saw a month back. Do you remember? Do you remember that you were making fun of it right here live on your show, Wrestling with Savage? Because I'm savage and I was making fun of the diner. And why is he in the diner? Why is he writing? We're seeing the same crap, but you're being starstruck, which I don't know goddamn what. This guy doesn't know if he's American or Nigerian. I don't know what he is. But if you think he's going to take the title and he's going to run NXT, you are out of your mind for that. I'd rather have JD McDonough just win the title. For God's sakes, please don't.
Well, JD McDonough probably will win the title eventually, too.
Don't do this to me, please.
There's three.
I'm not saying the match won't be bad, but please don't do this.
I changed my mind, and as a wrestling fan, you're allowed to do that. This is a free country, and with his body of work since that promo I made fun of, his matches, his match ability, and the promos that he's been doing as of late, or vignettes, whatever we want to call them.
They're recorded promos. You don't even know how many takes that took.
It doesn't matter. It's good. It's good content, and it goes with his matches. His matches are sick. The guy can fucking wrestle. He can wrestle. He can wrestle so good. What's your problem?
Jay, you have to realize that whole gimmick that coming to America gimmick was dog shit. It was a Vince McMahon gimmick. He's down in NXT now. Probably has more say in his character with his gimmick than he did on the main roster. He was a joke on the main roster. Let's face it.
I personally think it doesn't make sense to destroy one.
Well, you're not destroying one. You're setting one free, bro. That's what they're building it up like. Braun is tired. He needs to move on. Blah, blah, blah. He's going to move on to the main roster and the Intercontinental Championship.
Anybody here, but I don't think it's tough to replace one muscle for another muscle.
Listen, you want to make Braun a fucking star?
If I were to have the perfect muscle, I would just stay with Braun and eliminate Cruz and let somebody that's not even as built as Braun take it. So then whenever that run is, whoever that is, it could actually be more decent matches and you could see more.
Are you fucking crazy, Jay? Do you want to see Braun become a legend? If you want to see Braun become a legend, this is how I book it right now, and he will become a legend by the time WrestleMania comes. Royal Rumble, Braun makes his debut, and Gunther and him eliminate each other out of the Rumble. This leads to them having a program at WrestleMania. You give us 12. Let me finish, first of all. That's never going to happen, so keep fucking dreaming. Him and Gunther eliminate each other. They have a program for 12 weeks, where for 12 weeks, Gunther and Imperium are just fucking up Braun Breaker, making his life hell, leaving him bloody, leaving him hurt, taking him out in an ambulance. And you build up this crazy match between him and Gunther at WrestleMania. And he has to overcome all the odds. He has to take down Imperium all by himself. And you know, he does it. He finds a way. The two guys get ejected out of ringside, and then Braun just overcomes Gunther one-on-one at Mania in the spotlight, and you make it a beating. Like, Gunther is beating on this man for like 20-minute banger. Chops, suplexes, kicks, all of it. And hard body. I mean, the bruises speak volumes. And then Braun wins. He will become an instant fucking overnight superstar.
Can I add to what you just said?
Sure.
I want to see that match at Mania, but I would want to see that match in a cage.
Okay.
No, because if you were to put Gunther and Breaker in that, they will murder it in a cage with no distractions. Those two guys are. I saw their match.
I would save that for Hell in the Cell. You could put those two guys in Hell in the Cell. Mania, I'm a fan of traditional matches. That's just me, though. I don't mind the TLC matches and the Money in the Bank matches.
But if you think about it, if you were to put them in the Hell in the Cell, that's a big fucking that's your money. That's one big money match.
Yeah, but that's after Mania. Yeah, you build up that story. Gunther's gonna want his rematch, and like you get rid of the Hell in the Cell pay-per-view and you bring it back for once in a while. You know,
yeah,
something like that. I wouldn't mind them seeing them have like a best of 3 series match either.
Yeah,
Iron Man.
That's where.
Imagine an Iron Man between them.
Oh, stop it! You're gonna make my heart melt.
I'm just saying the potential's there. The time is now. Braun should be main roster. He looks like he deserves to be on the main roster.
Yes.
And Apollo deserves a little championship. Big deal. He's the champion for maybe 2 months, 3 months. Does the job. Gives the rub over to somebody. Probably JD McDonough. And maybe I think it should be Grayson Waller, just because him and Apollo have that history, and then Grayson Sheets to get it over him. I don't care what they do with Apollo after that. Maybe he can fight again, but there's so many guys that deserve a run. Don't forget, this other guy's going to come back. What's his name, man? The guy that's killing it, man. Fuck. He's off TV. I forget his name. The guy that was fighting JD McDonough right now, recently.
Oh, my God.
The Russian.
Ilya, Dragon.
Dragon. I'm just gonna start calling him Dragon. Dragon. We got Dragon and Dragic. Dragic's coming back any day now, right? Get into that later. Real quick, why don't you guys watch me and MJF's mom?
We're here live with MJF's mom, and her son, the greatest wrestler in the world, is gonna win the AEW World Championship tonight, and there's nothing anyone can do about it.
Right now, you are watching a video of Jon Moxley walking to the ring right there, and there's me ringside. Fucking awesome. We're back, Wrestling with Savage. We're here. Kiana James had an interview. They're talking about how the deal fell through because of stupidity, and if you will excuse me, she has a match to win. Her match will be coming up momentarily, but we're gonna get an interview with Big Body Javi. Big Body Javier Benal rolls up. He insists that he's got something bigger than 3 names, this week. He hands her the Big Body Files, 1,347 names of wrestlers he can fight and beat, starting with Axiom. Elon Musk is on the list because he isn't paying $8 for a check mark. He said he also wants Drake the Rapper because of his last album. And there's a retired name who's always up for one more match. So, nice little Christian Cage reference, I guess. What'd you think of the promo from Big Body Javi? I wasn't too impressed.
No, I mean, the way they're booking, like last week's interview and then this one is just, this week is the same as last week. Who is he? why is he here? And what is his purpose here?
Right now, his purpose is to probably just annoy people, which he's actually doing a fucking good job at. Not gonna lie to you. That's what I feel. I mean, what else is he here for?
Give us a reason to care.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I agree with you, but good luck with that.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
We're talking about Bruce Pritchard here, somebody who doesn't know how to do it anymore.
No. Fucking absolutely brutal. Absolutely fucking brutal. This promo was brutal. I didn't like the list reference. Basically stealing something right out of Jericho's playbook. My big list here. If he's gonna do that, he might as well do it in the ring. But the only time they're giving him is in the back in these little short segments. We'll see if we get Jay back on the show. We've got his screen blocked up with something else now. But maybe he'll come back. I don't know. Lagging. That internet, man. What are you going to do about bad internet? Not much. There ain't much you can do about bad internet, man. It is what it is. Nope. But we got another segment between Chase U and Pretty Deadly. I love Pretty Deadly. I think they're fucking great. Here's what they were saying to Chase U.
We actually have a proposition. There is a poker game tonight, and we could really use a ringer to, clean up. You fancy it, big boy?
Sorry, boys, I think I'd rather stay here with my fellow classmates.
Yep. I'm sorry. Are you hearing yourself? We were joking about the poker game, and yet you didn't even react.
It doesn't matter if you're serious or not. Gambling is against university policy.
All right, gambling is against university policy, man. Duke Hudson really playing the character, really showing that he's super committed to the whole process. And, Chase U, are you buying it?
I have a feeling that there's going to be a turn that's going to happen soon.
Like what kind of turn?
Hudson turns on Chase U.
Hudson just turns on Chase U, and then obviously, that's probably going to happen. I don't think this is going to last, but I don't. What's your timetable on that? How long do you think that's going to be?
Knowing Bruce, not soon enough.
Okay, it's probably going to take a fucking minute. That's for sure. We get the match now between Kiana James, Ivy Nile. We got a collar and elbow into the corner. A shoving little match breaks out. Nile with a side headlock, wrist lock. James reverses with a leg pick, but Ivy stays on her. Kiana with a full Nelson. Nile breaks it up with ease and traps her in a sunset flip for 2. We got a backbreaker, a facebuster combination. She was pulling boots to Ivy. Whip reverse, backbreaker cover for 1. James going for more after the knee. She goes for a calf slicer. Nile gets out, applies a modified octopus, and snaps Kiana's arm back. Folding press for 2. We get a shoulder block, scoop, and a slam. The match was all over the place, I thought. Nile, to me, looks way better than Kiana James. I thought Ivy Nile exposed Kiana a little bit tonight as like the bigger star of the two. Maybe you don't agree with that. I think Kiana's got a better personality and a better gimmick, even. You know what I mean?
There we go.
So what do you think?
I don't know. Like I gotta get into like her more, or both of them more. I'm not really too sold on them yet.
All right, Jay, what was your take on the match between Kiana James and Ivy Nile? Did you hear what I said just now about Ivy? I thought Ivy kind of exposed Kiana.
No, but do you guys hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
First of all, I want to say, fuck you, my fucking laptop, you fucking piece of shit for what the fuck you fucking did. I have fucking internet, you motherfucker. And fucking Netflix is on in another fucking room, and you're telling me I don't got no fucking internet. Now I'm on my iPhone, so yeah, everybody, I'm on my phone right now. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with my fucking laptop, but fuck you. Anyway, we're talking about Kiana James. I have said that Kiana James has a fucking rocket on the back. She's getting more TV time than anything. The promo was great. The match was okay. I thought that inverted backbreaker she did was pretty okay. That was pretty impressive. I didn't know she had that kind of strength because she doesn't come out with the strength. She always come out with that fruity bag. Yeah. Overall, she did an impressive backbreaker there. She did. I like the clothesline she did on the back of Evie Nile. That was an impressive spot, and it was an impressive move. Everybody sold for each other in this match, so I thought it was okay. You know, I could really shit on it, but I thought it was okay match.
Well, the Creed brothers decided to come out and steal the spotlight from Ivy Nile, and they were babbling this.
Respect? After you attacked us? That's the last thing you're gonna get!
Fear, Sangha, you guys might have the admiration of all of India, but when it comes time to set foot in this ring, it's just you and us. NXT Deadline, Indashir, Creed Brothers, you guys want respect? Come try to get it.
All right, so we got a match set up between the Creed brothers and that, but I felt like that was disrespectful to the women that just had a match. I thought that was a heel push, kind of. I think they're trying to turn the Creed brothers into heels, because just the way they came out and automatically just take the mic. This girl just won a match representing your group, and you don't even give her a minute to celebrate, pose, nothing.
First of all,
you don't think that's disrespectful, though?
First of all, I want to say that Julius disappointed me tonight. Everything he said fell flat. I don't know if you guys caught that. And that never happens. Never happens. You know who came out strong? Brutus. And I don't even like the guy. But he came out strong, and I thought he really saved this whole segment promo.
Brothers, and you can see, Book, Ivy now does not agree, does not like what the Creeds are saying.
I don't think Brutus, I mean, he barely said anything, dude.
Exactly. And he saved it. And I thought Julius came off really flat tonight. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was a fluke. But everything he said fell flat.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I wasn't impressed by it, because automatically I felt like it was just rude to the two women that just had the match, especially their teammate, Ivy. Now, you want to come out and celebrate her with her, that's one thing. But then grabbing the mic, bringing up your own conflict in the middle of the ring, and you could see it by the expressions on Ivy Now's face. She was playing it off like, what are these two assholes doing out here, ruining my shine? But moving on, we get a promo from Isla Dawn. She cuts a creepy video promo with a Ouija board, and here it is. Let's see. Here.
Fire Alba was made by the darkness of the unholy enchantress.
Alba Fire is in total control. And this Isla Dawn!
I did give fair warning of my approach, but you did not heed the sign.
I'm just gonna cut this off. I'm gonna say this. I don't give a shit about Alba Fire, and I don't give a shit about Isla Dawn. I don't think I'm going to.
I'm right there with you.
I mean, this could have been done way better. To just throw Dawn right into the mix with Alba Fire, it's like you're just asking to have her career get off to a shitty start here on NXT. Nobody likes Alba Fire. From what I've heard, nobody's a fan of her. Nobody's cheering for her, except those 400 people that go to the Performance Center every fucking week.
Locker room?
What's up?
The women in the locker room don't either?
I don't know. I'm talking about fans.
Oh.
No, I'm sure she gets along with the wrestlers, but I don't see her getting over.
Yeah.
And don't we have enough of this, like, bullshit gimmicks all over the place? These, supernatural gimmicks? Don't we have enough of that? We don't have anything original? This is it? Alba Fire? Really? I don't know, man. I think it's all bad. I think it's all shit. And I don't see it lasting long on TV. I really don't. That's just me. Now, this was good. There was another little segment with Duke Hudson, Andrew, and Andre Chase. Duke comes in after, surviving the attack from Pretty Deadly, and he says to Andre Chase that they got a tag team championship match tonight, which had my interest, because I was like, there's no way Pretty Deadly's losing, though, right? No way. And we'll find out.
I knew they weren't going to lose.
We'll find out. But what I want to get into right now was the debut of Scripps. Now, is this really the debut of Scripps? Or is this just Reginald coming back to have another go? I mean,
Reginald.
This was Reginald, right?
I have a feeling it is.
I mean, it has to be Reginald, Jay. We haven't seen him on TV in a while. He does all the flips like that guy does. He's doing all the parkour shit. And yes, he did come off with some innovative offense in the beginning, and I like the way he took a different approach to certain moves. But then, at the end of the day, when the moves you're doing during the match look cooler than the move you did to win the match, that's a fucking problem. Not to mention that the mask you're wearing is absolutely mid, is the best word I can use to describe it. It's actually below mid. It looks like something you would see at a Carney show.
Halloween was a couple weeks back, bro. You're like a couple weeks too late. The mask. It's not Halloween.
This shit bothered me, Jay. I did not like the mask. Go ahead, give me your take.
First of all, before I start shitting all over this fucking place right here, I want to give a shout out to my laptop for being a fucking piece of shit.
All right, come on, man.
You motherfucker. But now we're gonna get into this. This is probably by far the worst thing I have ever seen in pro wrestling, in period history. In the whole history of the whole business. I don't know when it started. Maybe Savage can clear it up for me, but it started from then and it started to 2022. I don't know what the fuck this was. I thought I was watching a whole fucking Tekken game live with that little Jamaican guy that just does little kicks and flips. Yeah, Eddie and his old Jamaican beer. I don't know what it was. This guy showed no wrestling move whatsoever. If you guys are going to sit here and tell me that, oh, that corkscrew moonsault that he did was pretty impressive, you out of your fucking mind. This was by far the worst thing we have ever seen in pro wrestling. I thought it was Ric Flair's last match. This topped it. I don't know what else to say. Script is a disaster. Please, let's move on.
Scripts is Reginald.
Yeah, I agree.
It is. But I mean, I'm sorry. The vignettes of his debut, and this is the shit that you give us. Some like this dude in a fucking ninja clown costume. Like, he looks like a dope.
Yeah, I mean, when you see the entrances that Axiom and Nathan Frazier get, right? And when they debuted, they got these like over-the-top crazy entrances. And then you have this guy having vignettes every week that have people intrigued because they don't know what's going on. And then you bring back this loser with no fucking pyro, no special lighting, he's just walking along the ring. Who gives a shit that you can walk along?
I could have swore I saw little kids crying when they saw this freaking guy climbing up the barricades, walking by, and seeing every single fan there. I swear I saw little girl Savage. He was there.
Let me ask you a question.
I saw her with my own eyes. I saw a kid that was sleeping during the match. I don't know what else to say. You
guys are both familiar with the Shocker, right? The guy that came running through the wall and then fell down and had like the worst debut of any wrestler. It's been voted the worst debut of any wrestler in history. Have you seen that video, Jay?
Gotta refresh my mind, please.
WCW, Sting, Lex Luger. They're telling this guy's gonna come out with their fourth teammate, the Shockmaster. That was his name, the Shockmaster. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that guy? He came out. He came out through the wall and then tripped and his helmet fell off.
That was awesome.
Anthony, do you remember that? Have you ever seen that video about the Shockmaster?
I think so.
Anyway, I was gonna ask because it's a pretty famous video now, like a botch, big time mistake. If Reginald would have fell down while walking toward the ring, would that have been worse than the Shockmaster falling down going through the wall as like the worst debut of all time?
Oh boy, I would agree with that one.
I was waiting for him to bust his ass when he was doing his little like catwalk along the fucking side, but It never happened. He does pick up the win, but I didn't like the way, it went off. And then we got to hear a little promo from the Rock's daughter.
And it is our duty
We're listening. Joe Gacy and
to
Rock's daughter,
reinforce
Ava
the meaning
Raine.
of a day meant for togetherness and something to be thankful for.
Here she comes, taking her mask off.
Every year, stories are told of families being torn apart by Thanksgiving. Despite the American traditions of quality time shared with loved ones, dysfunction remains the norm. Blood relatives cannot guarantee a united family, but the schism can be counted on.
4 roots, 1 tree. The schism can be counted on. Are we impressed with the schism's performance tonight? More particularly Ava Raine's promo, no stutter. Didn't make any mistakes. She goes out, grabs a fan. Joe Gacy says, "Thank you for being sacrificed." Proceeds to hit him with a rock bottom through the table. You got Ava Raine talking about blood relatives. Literally, she's bringing up the bloodline. Bringing up her father, The Rock. Whether we like it or not, The Rock and the bloodline are involved in this storyline just because of what she just said. Anybody have a take on this? Do we like it?
I'm warming up to her. I'm really warming up to her.
Jay's gonna fucking go in.
Jay's gonna shit on this. He's gonna shit on it. I already know it.
Listening, I'm just listening.
Go ahead, Ant.
I'm warming up to her, but I'm liking how she's talking. Like how she kind of it sounds like she's trying to talk in riddle a bit, or what's the better word for it? I can't. Anyway, she's talking in riddle or
in code. She's giving out little codes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. She's not giving you a lot. She comes out, gives you a little sample here, a little sample there, a little taste of what's to come. But I did like her facials when she was hugging the fan, and it looked like she was digging her nails into his back. You could see she was trying her best to make an evil looking face, don't trust me. Don't trust me, because this will be what happens to you when you trust me.
But I'm gonna say this. I have a funny little feeling that that Dwayne Johnson has a lot to do with the way they're producing her.
It's possible. Absolutely. We don't know.
Because, I'm not going to diss on that because he's making sure that they don't botch her.
Well, I don't think The Rock even has the time to do that, to be honest with you. I don't even think he has the time to fucking produce his own life, let alone his daughter's. But that's what happens when you make, $300 million a year. You have to be busy in order to do that. Jay, how about you? What was your take on the schism?
This is what happens, guys, when you get starstruck by calling Ava Raine The Rock's daughter. The Rock's daughter this, The Rock's daughter that, The Rock's daughter this. You go all over promo.
She didn't stutter.
The Rock's daughter facial expressions was great and everything. This is not.
I said she tried. She tried.
You could put all the smoke, all the mystique. Let's face it. At first, when she was cutting the promo, you could tell this was just basically from her memory. She was remembering this from the top of her head. She already knew what she was going to say when she was going to come out.
Yeah, of course.
So at first, she was a little slightly hesitant to what to say, and then it just came all natural. You ain't going to fool me with that. I still think she still needs a little work. And you talk about, I like the part where she's evil and everything. I do too. I just thought it was way too much and way too late. It should have happened a lot earlier, and it should have happened a lot less than what she was putting it out to be. So I didn't buy what she was selling.
That's okay. You don't have to buy what she's selling. We get an interview with Trick Williams saying Wesley's Cinderella story ends tonight. Wesley joins in and says, go ahead, continue to talk how money Mello is. You know, he's so good, he doesn't need you, so why don't you just not come to the ring tonight, right? And he basically tricks Trick Williams. He tricks the trickster into not coming out ringside, and we're going to get to see Mello and Wesley one-on-one later tonight in a fair match. Then we get a Braun Breaker promo. I would play it for you, but you might fall asleep listening to it. My man is fishing in a river, saying this is where he likes to be when he's not in the ring. It brings him calm. He even goes on to continue the narrative that Apollo is throwing out there earlier in the night, saying it's a lot to be the champion. It's a big weight on my back. It's a burden. It's this, it's that. You guys have any takes on that Braun Breaker promo?
It sounds like he's getting sick of being the champion.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's the message I received.
And with that, this is where he's going to lose the title. But here's the thing that I'm going to throw out there. I don't think Apollo knows the responsibility enough. And I don't think he could handle it. I feel he's gonna win the title, but I don't think he's gonna know how to handle the responsibility of it.
So basically, you don't think he's gonna have a good run. He's gonna have a short run.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Jay, how about you? Braun Breaker's promo, does it hitting the same bill with you?
First of all, this is the most phoniest shit that I ever saw on live TV right now. I can't believe the USA Network played this shit and had me buy that this guy is a fucking fisherman. Are you fucking kidding me? This guy is swapping kicks with Corey Jade in real life, and now you're telling me he's a fucking fisherman? Get the fuck out of here. The motherfucker played football, motherfucker. Now you're going to call him he's a fucking fisherman? I didn't buy one bit of this shit. I still think he's going to win against Apollo Crews because, let's face it, Apollo Crews has no charisma. He has no star power. If you put Apollo Crews versus Grayson Waller, for God's sake, Grayson Waller will be more of a star than Apollo Crews, and Apollo Crews is champion. What does that say about Apollo Crews running NXT? Please don't let this happen. Please.
Well, we're going to have to wait and see. But the promo was okay for me. Just giving you an insider look. Giving you an insider look on his supposed lifestyle, but I thought it was phony because he lives in Orlando. I don't think he goes back and forth to the cold. He was talking about the cold, so I mean I don't know. It sounds like bullshit to me, but I don't give a fuck. Because Braun Breaker is a beast, and whatever he ends up doing, he's going to be successful. Match. Zoe Starks versus Sol Ruca. You're going to find out what happened in this match right after you watch this video of one of the winners of our Busted Open Dave LaGreca Giant Head giveaway.
Savage, and I'm here with Shara, and she loves Busted Open. Tell us how much you love Busted Open.
I love me some Dave LaGreca Busted Open, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 12 Eastern.
And later tonight, we're going to get Dave LaGreca to sign this, and then we're going to find Shara. We're going to bring her the signed Dave LaGreca head. Dave LaGreca, we'll see you later. Busted Open, baby.
Ready to give her great reviews.
All right, folks, we're back, and let's get into that match. Stark was in early control. We got a waistlock takedown. She was smashing Ruca into the corner, handspring away, leapfrog, dropkick. Zoe cuts the Raleigh off with a super kick that almost ends the match. There, Stark out to the floor, trapping Sol into the ring skirt, which I think that's been overused as of late way too much. Beating her down a little bit back inside. We get a drop kick, cuts her off. Zoe throws her back inside, cover for two. Ruca comes back strong, drop kick for a near fall sunset flip, stinger splash, scoop, power slam. Stark sidesteps a drop kick. Zoe, to me, was very impressive in this victory. And then we get Nikita coming out. Nikita Lyons, she comes out, attacks Zoe Starks. They're going to have a match later on, too. I'm not going to say buried, but Sol Ruca I was surprised to see Sol Ruca take an L. I'm surprised they even put her against Zoe Starks, which tells me they don't have much faith in her to get over. because they're just feeding her to Zoe. Right now, Zoe is a wild animal, and she's going to eat whatever they throw her way. I can see her being the one to beat Mandy Rose for the NXT Women's Championship. But that's me. Anthony, what did you see in this match?
Zoe Starks is looking better. She looks so much better on her own than she did with Nikita. Or to me, because when you had them two together, I didn't like it. She looked green, but when you put her out on her own, this woman is going to be able to produce matches very well as a single, and I'm going to agree with your take on that. I think she's going to be the one to take the title off of Mandy.
She's super impressive. Jay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm glad you guys covered the good. I'm going to cover the bad.
Yeah, that's why I went to Ant first, actually.
You know, when I'm a kid,
that's the new formula for this show.
Circus. I love the circus when I was a kid, and that's just, I have a son too, and guess what? The circus prices are a little expensive. I don't even need to take them. All I need to do is sit him down here every Tuesday night and watch Sol Ruka do a bunch of flips and a bunch of bullshits. She only did drop kicks. There was nothing impressive about this woman. I thought I was watching Scripts 2.0. I don't know what the hell I was seeing out there tonight. You showed me Zoe Starks, and Zoe Starks didn't even do much. We all know she's impressive. I'm glad you guys finally see it. I'm glad you guys put water in your eyes, but Sol Ruka? No.
Yeah, I didn't spend any time talking about Sol Ruka. I was just talking about Zoe Starks, but I'm glad that was your take. You didn't bash Zoe Starks, so we're gonna keep it moving. We get a segment now between Malik and Anofi talking to Von Wagner. Von says, "You guys don't know about success. You will never know about it." He beats the shit out of them in the parking lot. End of segment. I liked it. Made Von Wagner look like an angry, upset giant. But
that's what it does.
If you're gonna book him like an angry, upset giant in the parking lot, you might want to consider booking him like an angry, upset giant in the wrestling ring. Let's keep that moving now. We get a promo, which to me was the promo of the night, without a doubt, because this kid is headed for nothing but success, and this is none other than the son of William Regal, Charles Dempsey.
Oh, good.
Guys like Wes Lee, Carmelo Hayes, Grayson Waller, they spend their mornings choosing their outfits, while I wake up and hit 5,000 free squats before breakfast. There's a lot of pretend tough guys in that locker room with their beach muscles.
Girl, easy. It's only an exhibition.
Your class is too soft. They even gave a security guard a contract for pity's sake. Have them all screaming when I stretch them in the ring, because professional wrestling is a serious business.
I agree. Professional wrestling is a serious business, and Charles Dempsey has made it clear he is not going to be taken lightly. In every opportunity he has had on TV, he has made the most of it to show that he is all business. And that's his new nickname, All Business Charles Dempsey. Future. He's the future. Just know that, Jay. We're going to see this man in WWE one day.
Yeah, we're going to see him on NXT Level Up every Friday nights. Everybody stay tuned. Friday nights, 7 p.m., NXT Level Up. You will see Charles Dempsey main eventing matches. I'm down.
Just be patient and wait for it. It's coming, I know. But now we're going to get into the Tag Team Championship match. Andre Chase, Duke Hudson taking on Pretty Deadly. Of course, Thea Hale by their side, another future superstar. Pretty Deadly was in control, working Chase over. Andre with a jawbreaker. Prince cuts him off, works him over in the corner. More quick tags. Elton falls to the floor, accidentally crashes through Thea Hale. Duke Hudson is busy checking on her. Andre wants the tag, but nobody's there. Fireman's carry, double knee gut buster, which looked awesome. Gets the champions a 2 count. Hudson with a hot tag, elbows, body slams. He even slams Chase onto Elton, fired up and raising up the roof. Right hands, jabs, a little flippity floppity and a fly. Prince breaks this shit up. We get body blows, dumping Elton on the floor. Duke tags an unsteady Chase in, and he flops to the mat, picking Kid up, and Andre is busy with Prince, and Hudson boots his own teacher. Pretty deadly as usual. Super impressive. Picking up the win, spilt milk, and that double gut wrench. That looked pretty deadly, man. Super impressive tag team. To me, I love them. I love them. Anthony, what do you think?
Their ring work is I like it. I'm very impressed with their ring work. I'm going to say this word again because I used it earlier. The gimmick is kind of like, all right, you know, what are you guys? Two California pretty boys, like two California pretty boy surfers. Come on, you guys are showing me that you guys are mean in the that you're great in the ring.
I like their gimmick because to me, it feels authentic to them. That's why it's translating in the ring. True. So you don't have to necessarily like their style and their gimmick or how they dress, but you will respect their in-ring ability because they're proving it. Jay, go ahead.
I felt like I was in a National Lampoon movie, Animal House, right here, with a fucking group of fucking fraternities trying to fucking wrestle on fucking live TV on the USA Network. That's what I felt like I was watching out there. Are you kidding me? Russian leg sweep with the G H A S E. What's that stuff? Are you kidding me right now? Is this what it's come to? Is this what it's come to? All night long, we've been seeing this chase you segments, these videos. Now the match. I wasn't impressed. I know what Pretty Deadly could do. They have grown on me a little bit, but overall, I think this match was just unnecessary. I thought it was just a filler. You all knew what's going to happen. Hopefully the cross comes and these two can finally have a match at Deadline.
I was definitely impressed with Pretty Deadly, though. The match, to me, delivered just as far as like them being impressive. They got the job. Heel tag team, doing what heel tag teams do. Retaining gold. We get a Roxanne Perez TikTok drama moment. I would play it, but it's probably bad audio quality.
I wouldn't call it a moment. I'll call it a highlight of the fucking show right now.
All right, it's setting up a match between Indy Hartwell.
Roxanne Perez is only 19 years old, and she is carrying someone that is over 25 years old and has been in NXT for the past 3 years, and especially in the programs with Johnny Gargano, his wife, and can't even cut one hell of a fucking promo. She can't even wrestle. Roxanne Perez is going to carry her next week. Go ahead, Savage.
Do I have to remind you that Johnny Gargano lost to Omos last night? So what does that say about the chance of Roxanne Perez beating Ronda Rousey? Fucking zero. Shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down, and wait, because Cora Jade, and Anthony, this question is for you. Who's a bigger superstar, Cora Jade or Roxanne Perez?
They're both.
Anthony, who's a bigger superstar, Cora Jade or Roxanne Perez? In 10 years, who's a bigger superstar? Who's made more money?
Roxanne.
You see?
Over Cora Jade? No way.
She is the premier baby face that you have not been seeing because your eyes have been covered with dust. I don't know what kind of dust it has.
I have hours of footage of her fucking up in big time matches, making mistakes.
And so that's Cora Jade. And so
not as bad as Roxanne. Not as bad as Roxanne.
When she hit the skateboard and the skateboard broke before she even hit Roxanne Perez. Let's not forget that fucking botch.
I don't know, man. To me, obviously, everybody loves them. They're pushing them, this and that. I just don't see it for Roxanne. Cora Jade, I can see the star potential there. She looks like she can be a main roster slayer. Another kind of Alexa Bliss, but with more attitude and a better move set.
I'm having trouble hearing.
Can
you say that again?
Fred?
Who was that?
I don't know.
That was Alexa for cursing you out for what you were saying about Roxanne Perez. How dare you, sir? How dare you? How dare you? You have the dust in your eyes. You need to put water in them right now.
Wait, hold on. What I'm going to say is this. What you need to do is take Roxanne Perez off of TV right now put her in the PC.
Which they done.
They either need to train her more, or it's either train her more or until she gets it. If she's not getting it, there's a door. You gotta
Don't
get
you
out.
see what they're doing here to us? They're putting one star one week and the other star the next week. That's how they do it with everybody. It's a rotation, no matter if it's the men or the women.
I don't know, man. I've had enough of all of it. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what? You want to know the truth about tonight? Besides the Carmelo Hayes and Wesley match, NXT was mediocre tonight. You need Grayson Waller. You need Grayson Waller to have a match on TV every week. The fact that Tony D is not back on TV yet, that's also another missing factor. Watching Scripps make his debut, to me, just ruined the whole night.
Wrestling history.
It ruined the whole night. Yeah. So if it's the worst thing in pro wrestling history, then the show couldn't have been good, Jay.
It is. No. It is.
Like you said, it's a clown show. No, shut up. You even said earlier that it's a clown show. If it's a clown show or a circus, then make sure next time when your son is watching.
If I put a guy out there on TV that could do Tekken moves, of course it's a clown show. Of course it'll be a clown show, and I put a little mask on him. And
I know, I agree with you. It is a clown show. Just make sure that you have fucking cotton candy and popcorn ready to go for your son next time when the clown show starts. Now, real quick.
Sure, in 3 years, when you see Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade made event WrestleMania, you were there, and I said, I told you something.
All right, I'll put $1,000 on that, and you won't. That's the difference.
Might lose. You might actually cheer for Roxanne.
I'll put $1,000 on it. That will not happen. Stop it. We get a segment now. Chance and Carter run into Nikita Lyons, who says, you guys were right about Zoe, and, me and her were never a real team. Chance and Carter know Lyons is a badass, and Lyons says if you girls need a third for next week against Toxic, I'm your girl. Didn't give a shit about this either. Now the match happens. Carmelo Hayes versus Wes Lee, North American Championship. Bottom line is this. It was a banger of a match. Trick Daddy comes out in the end, tries to do something to help Carmelo, but it doesn't. Wesley looked like he hit almost like a Michinoku driver or something like that. Some fucking does he have a name for that? Does he have a version? So it was like a Michinoku driver, and he got the win on Carmelo Hayes. 1, 2, 3 retains. Still your NXT North American champion. I liked the match. To me, it was the highlight of the night, the match. What'd you see?
I heard something, and that Booker T is very much into Carmelo.
Yes, I agree with that.
And I don't blame him, but Wes Lee, I think those two guys in a ring together is just magic.
How about you,
I
Jay?
mean,
you got more? What you got?
I like the fact that they kept it on West. I thought it was going to go Carmelo Hayes.
No,
honestly.
not yet. Wesley just won. He's got to have a little bit of a run. He's earned it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jay?
Well, guys, I wouldn't say it was a banger. I'd just say it was a good match. I mean,
it was a good match.
It wasn't that clean. It wasn't that smooth, but there was some nice things.
It was a banger compared to everything else we saw that night. I'll just say that.
I seen better from the two because this is not their first rodeo, so I wouldn't say this was a banger. They had better bangers than this, so I just loved the part where they did the pump handle kicks and they both knocked each other down. That was probably the highlight right there.
To me, it was the only match that really made me give a shit about pro wrestling.
Yeah.
It looked like a pro wrestling match. You know what I mean?
It did, but let's not forget the fucking biggest botch in the fucking world that came after that.
What are you going to do? We can't be perfect, can we? Nobody's perfect. Not even Carmelo Hayes, who drops air balls, apparently. And the NXT Universe let him know. Air ball.
No, I was talking about that return superstar that came out with the big botch.
Who? What? Tell me.
What they call it, Dojak, whatever he is now.
Oh, yeah. Dojak makes his return at the end, and that's how unimpressive that was. He comes out.
He changed the name. Second of all, the knee never hit the fucking face.
Well, not the knee. He was going for the foot, and the foot completely missed.
Completely.
Luckily,
the camera angle tried to cover it because they tried to cover it good. But
Nah, that to me, that was a waste of a debut. Because the show was so mediocre overall that, like, his debut coming in right there, it didn't help the situation. It didn't make the show any better. And it didn't even get me excited because this guy, who's such a talented guy in the ring, is coming back and going after Wesley, not Braun Breaker? Doesn't make sense. It's like a downgrade.
Remember, his last match before they changed his whole name and shit was against Keith Lee for the North American Championship.
Yeah, exactly. But he's been there already. So
well,
what?
Why not continue where you left? Right?
So then we already saw it. We know Wesley's not gonna beat this guy.
He is.
You think so?
With that fucking botch he did on TV, hell yeah, I'll go with Wesley. Shit, I don't even like Wesley.
You know what though? Shawn Michaels loves Wesley, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see Wesley have a crazy run right now. Maybe 1 year even.
I'm just glad they took the fucking mask off this fucking guy's face for the last 2 years. So kudos to him. I'm sure he's happy about that.
I think Wesley's got a good future though. Tomorrow night we got AEW Dynamite. We should have the full cast on deck. It's going to be MJF's first night as not WWE, not yet. That's 2025, right? AEW World Champion, and according to him, the most important title in the world of professional wrestling today. And it's destination television, so make sure you're all watching AEW Dynamite tomorrow night. Wrestling with Savage will be back here tomorrow night with episode 129, bringing you the absolute best late night coverage in AEW in the world. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Anthony, for joining us. Here's one more video of a crazy fan we gave a Dave LaGreca head to. Everybody have a good night. God bless, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night for AEW.
This is Savage from Wrestling with Savage, and I'm here with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, who's going to win tonight between Jon Moxley and MJF? I think there's only one option. Honestly, listen to me. There's only one option, and it starts with an M, ends with an F. MJF is going over tonight. This guy that's recording me right now, he's wearing the goddamn asshole. The beautiful stuff. But guess what? I got
fuck. And I look at my internet, it's perfect. My son's room perfect. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? So I was like, yo, I'm gonna call my
1, 2, 3, Bronson, you got the champ. Her last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. Why?
Because they are the best tag team in the world today. Woo!
George,
Wrestling with Savage.
I think George just tried his resume for Tony Khan. I don't know. Up for George, huh?
We're Savage!
Of course.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Bronson, you live as the champ. Her last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
I'm trying to give these two W's.